Okay. Hi, Finn. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How have your past 7 months been going?
Oh, not very eventful, I think, like everyone else. But I was lucky. I've just finished filming, so I was able to film something kind of coming out the other side of the pandemic. So I feel very fortunate having done that.
How was filming? Was it strange? What was the experience like?
You know what? It wasn't really that strange. I thought it would be um I thought it would be kind of odd with all the kind of new regulations, but it's a testament to everyone involved that it kind of felt like filming anything else, apart from the fact that we were all kind of in a hotel and not able to leave for we couldn't even go across to the shop or anything. So yeah, but it felt really normal. I think everyone just kind of gets used to it after the first day.
Yeah, I'm assuming that lends itself to a really intimate getting to know your co-stars. It really builds your performance too, right?
I think so. Yeah, I agree. I think that it really helped all of us be really close because we had to be. We couldn't. We were all staying in the same place, so everyone was just really got on really well and became really close. Also, I think what really helped is um, everyone across the board was so passionate about what we were making. And so from the moment we got there, kind of how much everyone loved the film and loved the script was the kind of glue that brought everyone together. And then just kind of, it was just like lightning in a bottle. Everyone just got on really, really well.
And it just got picked up by Focus Features.
I know, yeah, which is such good news. I know it's amazing. We were all texting each other this morning because, yeah, we're delighted that that news is out there now and people will get to see it sometime next year.
Very nice. So we're here today to talk about Dating Amber,
Mhm.
another film with Lola Petticrew, coincidentally enough.
Yeah, I know, I know. People are going to start thinking we're a double act.
That's okay when the double act is this good,
Oh,
you
cool.
know.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
So tell everyone who don't know what Dating Amber is about and a little bit about your character, Eddie.
Yeah, so Dating Amber is a comedy drama about two teenagers who are gay, Eddie and Amber, and they start a fake relationship with one another to stop all the taunts and speculation about their sexuality in school. And Eddie is he's a bundle of insecurities, and um, he has got this artifice of masculinity that he's cobbled together from magazines and books and TV and from his dad. And he has no idea who he is or what he could become because he's being strangled by his kind of internal struggle. Um, and then he meets Amber, who is subsequently his salvation. So that's a little bit about Eddie.
So you had said in the past that you create a soundtrack for each of your characters. So what sort of soundtrack did you create for Eddie? And were any of those songs used in the film when it's showing that you're listening to your Walkman?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, actually, do you know what? A lot of a good few of the songs actually that we listened to on set made it into the film, which is really rare. It's really rare that that happens. Usually, the music you're listening to doesn't end up in the film, but there was a lot of Pulp on the playlist. Yeah, there's a lot of uh, Pulp and a lot of Blur. Um, what else was on there? I'm trying to think. I have it here, but I think the Greek songs that made it onto the soundtrack were from Aslan, and then also "Cut Your Bangs" was a song that we listened to by Girlpool. That was a song that Lola and I listened to throughout all of filming. With we had no knowledge it was going to be in the film, but then Dave just really liked the song, and then they were kind enough to let us use it in the film. So for us, that was really cool. Oh, also an Irish band called Pillow Queens. Their song "Gay Girls" is in the film, and we love them. They're amazing, and they just brought out a new album, which is equally amazing. But yeah,
And I know you got a really long rehearsal period. So can you talk a little about how you built that dynamic with Lola, building that trust with David Frayne, your director, and what sort
yeah.
of what went on during the rehearsal period?
Yeah, so we yeah, we had a really long rehearsal period. We had a couple months kind of lead in before the film, and which was amazing. I mean, it's really rare that you get to rehearse at all, let alone for that length of time. So we'd kind of meet up once a week or once every 2 weeks and play around with the scenes, or just hang out and just chat and get to know each other as friends, the three of us. And I think that I mean, it was invaluable to, you know, to the film to be able to build that relationship, both with Lola and I, and also with Dave too. And yeah, I think that it made the whole filming process a lot quicker as well because we had rehearsed everything so much. But it really was invaluable. And Lola and I, from the moment that we met, we just became inseparable. And you know, we during that rehearsal time just hung out constantly, even when we weren't working, and just became the best of friends. And we say that, like, you know, Dave was trying to find two people who'd act like they were best friends, and then he cast two people who ended up best friends. So I think he can't believe his luck a little bit.
For sure. So you said you brought a lot of yourself to the character and you saw a lot of yourself in the character. Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, that was. I mean, bringing both Lola and I brought lots of ourselves to Eddie and Amber, and a lot of that came through the rehearsals and being given the opportunity to do that, and and Dave giving us the space to try different things. And both a lot of me and a lot of Lola went into Eddie and Amber, but a lot of Lola and I's friendship um, went into um, went into their friendship too, which was amazing. And then in terms of seeing myself, I just really, yeah. As soon as I read the script, I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. And sometimes you read something and you're like, I'd really love to do this, and then sometimes you read something and you're like, I need to do this. And this was definitely something where I was like, I need to play that part. And then I had to convince lots of people that I was the right person for it. And thankfully, Dave gave me the opportunity.
And I know you're really hard on yourself as a performer, but is there a particular moment or scene that you're really proud of yourself for doing?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm really proud of I am really proud of the film. I think
Okay.
that, I think that maybe this might be giving a bit away the film, so I won't go into too much detail. But there's a scene. Oh, have you seen the film?
I have, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so there's a scene where we're in a club, and something happens in the club, and I leave the club, and
Mm.
that for anyone who hasn't seen the film, that's a very vague description of the scene. Um, but I think that was a moment that I was very proud of, because it was a lot. There was a lot to do in a short space of time, and it was very hard to shoot. So that's something that I think I'm proud of. But I mean, the moments that I enjoy watching in the film the most are the moments that I'm not in. They're the moments that other people are in. So I would say my favorite scene from the film is probably the montage with Lauren. Oh my God, I'm forgetting her character's name. Uh, Sarah,
Sorry.
Amber, and Sarah's walking on the beach, and their kind of date. I think that's probably my favorite sequence in the film.
Aw. And what was it like working with Sharon Horgan and Barry Ward, who play your parents?
Oh, they're
Those
amazing.
scenes.
They're so funny. Like, there was what amazing parents to have. I mean, my parents are amazing, but but in terms of screen parents, they're yeah, they were so brilliant, and their dynamic is just like, yeah, it's second to none. All of those scenes that we filmed, all the family scenes with Barry and with Sharon and with Evan as well, who plays my younger
Mm.
brother. They were just so funny. Oh my God. Yeah, they were brilliant. I mean, I was such a huge fan of both Sharon and Barry before, and they were everything I would hoped they would be, and a lot more. They were, yeah, they were both amazing and really good friends now as well, which is really cool.
Now, the film is out now in the UK. It's coming to Canada on November 13th. So, what sort of reactions have you received online from people who have seen it?
the reaction has been, I've been really blown away by the reaction. Actually, it's really nice when you know, everyone kind of put their heart and soul into the film, and you know, you always hope that people are going to receive it the right way, and we've been really lucky so far that people have really enjoyed it. So yeah, we were really blown away by the reaction, and I think, you know, we've gotten some really lovely messages from people who you know, felt their own experiences reflected on screen, and that's really lovely. And to be honest, I think, like, you know, we've gotten lots of messages from different people, but just receiving one kind of message from someone who feels like they were represented on screen, or feels like their experiences reflected or was reflected on screen, just even receiving one of those messages, you feel like your job is done, and it makes your heart really full. So yeah, the reaction's been great so far. So yeah, hopefully Canada like it as well.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure it's a very different reaction to Jamie and normal people.
Oh my God, yeah, a very, very different reaction. Thank God.
So you've been blessed with some amazing scene partners, Lola, of course, Daisy and Paul in Normal People,
Yeah.
some amazing people in Sherry and Wolf coming up. So who would you like to work with again who was a really giving and warm scene partner?
Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, all of the people you mentioned were brilliant, and I would love to work with all of them again. I mean, for the sake of the question, I'll say someone different than those people, because those people are all great. I think someone I worked with, I would love to work with. Well, he's a really good friend of mine, but I worked with him on Handsome Devil. Andrew Scott is so amazing and so generous, both on and off screen. So I would absolutely love to get the chance to work with Andrew again, because he's just, yeah, he's so brilliant. But also Lola and Daisy and Paul, and yeah, I mean, I was really and Tom and Cherry as well. And yeah, I've been really lucky that the people who I've worked with are really generous on screen, and I just finished Wolf with George and Lily, and they were both as generous as well. Like, I'd love to work with them again too.
Mm. And I know David wanted to reunite you and Lola maybe like a few years in the future and just
Oh yeah,
pick up this story. Is that true?
yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. Just because I think this I think he's waiting for us to age a little bit before he can put us in something. That he had an idea that, I think I'm okay to say this. He had an idea to have Eddie and Amber meet kind of 10 years after the film is has taken place, and so that was his idea. I mean, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If he had the script ready tomorrow, I'd do it in a heartbeat, because I'd love to get the chance to play Eddie again, and to see Lola play Amber again. You know, a little bit grown up, and yeah. So I mean, I hope that he does do it. I mean, I'd work with Dave. Dave could write anything, and I'd do it, because I think that he's so brilliant.
And I always end with asking people what they've been watching during quarantine. And let me tell you, everyone says Normal People. I'm not
Oh, did
joking.
I?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
great.
as someone who is part of that, what have you been watching over the past few months? I know you've been busy working.
I've been watching. What have I been watching? I've been watching. I watched a lot of Succession. I'd already watched Succession, but I went back and watched that again, because I think it's phenomenal. I think it's so brilliant. And then I'll try and think of something. What have I watched more recently? I always draw a blank when I start thinking of the things I watched. Um, Let me think. What have I watched recently? I watched something like 2 nights ago, and I just can't remember for the life of me. Oh, I watched Waves recently,
Oh,
which is brilliant.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that what an amazing film. So yeah, I watched that. I watched that recently, and then weirdly, I think a lot of the stuff that I was watching during quarantine was quite dark. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, I think maybe it was reflecting the mood I was in, but but yeah, Succession was definitely the one that I committed to, and then of course, I mean, Tiger King, everyone watched, I think, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't watch Normal People when it came out. I did watch that when I came out, but I was able to watch it purely as a fan because I think that everyone's really brilliant in it.
Mhm.
Paul Daisy in particular are just incredible in it. But yeah, so those are the things I was watching.
And finally, why should people go and watch Chasing Amber, Dating Amber?
They should watch it. I think it's a story that's really hopeful and it's joyous and it's optimistic and I think that we could all do with a film like that in this very kind of uncertain time. I think. Yeah, and I think they'll laugh. I think that there's a lot of, it's very serious at times, but it's also really funny, at times, and I think people will watch it and laugh and feel good and warm after watching it. I hope anyway. Hopefully you felt like that after you
I
watched it.
did. I did. I
Okay, cool.
promise.
Okay, cool, good. But yeah, I think it's joyous and it's hopeful and it's something that I hope people will enjoy.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Finn. I really appreciate it.